There are moments in life when the people we love the most, the ones we sacrificed everything for, suddenly forget who we are. But even in that loneliness, there is one who never forgets. Jesus. If you truly respect your mother, smash that subscribe button, drop a comment, and share this with your friends. In a quiet, worn-out village, far from the noise of the world, lived an elderly woman named Martha. Her hair had turned silver, her steps had become slow, and her voice had grown soft with age. But her heart was still full of love. She had spent her whole life raising her children alone after her husband passed away early. She worked in fields, cooked meals, stitched clothes, and prayed endlessly, not for herself, but for her children's future. For decades, she denied herself every comfort, just so her children wouldn't feel the lack of anything, and she believed that in her old age, her children would stand by her, just the way she once stood by them. But life doesn't always move the way we expect. One evening, as she sat near the fire, her son and daughter-in-law stood before her. Their faces were cold, their voices sharp. "Mom, we cannot take care of you anymore. We have our own responsibilities. You will have to leave." Martha's hands trembled. Her heart felt like it had stopped beating. "Leave," she whispered. "Where will I go? I have no one except you." But her words fell on hardened hearts. They didn't even look at her. They simply opened the door and said, "You will figure it out." And just like that, the woman who once held their hands when they couldn't walk was pushed out into the darkness. Martha walked slowly, painfully through empty streets. The night was cold. Her feet were tired. Her voice broke into sobs. Every step felt heavier than the last. "Lord, why?" she cried. "Why did the children I raised with love abandon me like this? Have I become useless? Have I become invisible? Is there no one left for me?" She reached an old stone bench under a lonely tree and collapsed there. Her shoulders shook with every sob. Her tears soaked the ground. She felt forgotten, rejected, alone. But then, something changed. As she sat with her eyes shut, she felt a soft warmth brushing against her cheek, as though someone was wiping away her tears. She opened her eyes slowly, and there he stood, not in anger, not in judgment, but in pure, gentle compassion. It was Jesus. A soft light surrounded him, not blinding, but comforting. His eyes carried a love deeper than the ocean, and his presence felt like home. "Martha," Jesus said softly, calling her by name, a name her own family had forgotten. She looked up, trembling. "Lord, why am I alone? Why did they abandon me?" Jesus knelt before her, lifted her face with his hand and said, "My daughter, you were never a burden. You were never forgotten. You were never unloved. The world may call you useless, but to me, you are precious." Her tears flowed freely, this time not out of pain, but out of being seen. Finally seen. Jesus continued, "You spent your life giving love, and love never goes unnoticed in my kingdom. Your children may have forgotten your sacrifices, but I haven't. I saw every tear you hid, every prayer you whispered, every night you stayed awake for them." Martha broke down, but Jesus held her. "Daughter," he whispered, "even if the whole world walks away, I stay. Even if people push you out, I make room for you. Even when you have no home, my arms become your home." He lifted her gently onto her feet. Her strength returned. Her heart felt new again. As they walked together, the night didn't feel cold anymore. The darkness didn't feel frightening. Her loneliness had disappeared because she was not alone. She had been seen. She had been loved. She had been restored. Jesus looked at her one last time and said, "The world may forget the old, but I never forget my own." And from that day on, Martha lived not in fear, not in rejection, but in the comforting truth. She belonged to Jesus, and Jesus never abandons those who have been left behind by the world. When the world closes its doors, Jesus opens his arms.